Let me. Oh, show me live. Hey, yo. Hey, my bad, y'all. I've been out the whole time. I'm checking my phone. What's good, man? Welcome to the Friday night edition of the Blitz Pickup. As you can see, as you know, I wasn't even paying attention. But listen, man, we gonna talk about. We gonna get the updates of this coaching. I mean, we got what? I think 11 now interviews that we had. We also gonna go over what our expectations for G and what we think. How long we giving them? Also, we give our predictions on the divisional playoff rounds. Quick preview who we think gonna win, why, and yeah, we get straight to you. My bad, starting off yeah, it look like my internet is tripping, but if y'all can hear me, let me know. Lou, come on up, Lou, because I don't know if they can hear me right now. They say, welcome to chill edition of the Blitz Pickup. It say you lagging. Oh, I'm lagging. Lou, let me know. Okay, Chef Juice, I can hear you say tone in the blender. Lou, can you hear me? Hold on. Let me make sure Luke. I don't think Luke can hear me backstage. I closed the app and it got better. Oh, okay. So is it me? You good now for me? Okay, Mister. Appreciate you. Okay, G2 say I'm good. Okay, so I'm good. So is Lou good over there? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Oh, okay. No. So Lou's on was tripping. I just seen he left from backstage. Let's give him some second before. Oh, there we go, Lou. I'm like, hey, Lou, they trying to get us up out of here, Lou.
Damn, I don't know what happened, but the show started and then kicked me from the
Yeah,
backstage.
I looked up and we was live. I'm like, what? Wow. I'm like, what happened? He needs some luck to get through. He said, yeah, you good. Okay, JD. Hey, appreciate y'all. Listen, man, it's Friday. We ain't even start drinking yet. Um, listen, they've been trying. You know what? Maybe it's because we got a certain game coming up Monday. They've been tripping. They've been trying to get us up out of here since this whole week, but it ain't working. Is they talking about who earlier? Yeah, all right, cool. Lou, what's good though?
Hey, man, hey, what a way to start a show, Tone. I mean,
Mystic said he had to start it over.
that's crazy.
I don't
Nah,
know if it's StreamYard or YouTube trying to get us up out of here, but somebody tried to get rid of us real quick. Um,
man, I don't know what's going on. But hey, man, it's all good, man. We hit the weekend, Tone. It's Friday. Got football all weekend, and then you kind of touched on that Monday as well. So all is good in the world, man. What's good with you, though?
hey, I'm good. I'm good. Hold on, let me get my light right. Hey, you looking forward to Monday, Lou?
Oh yeah, listen. There's a first time for everything. First time for Indiana to win the Big Ten, and first time for Indiana to be a national champion. So yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to Monday for sure.
Yeah, also the first time that the team in their home stadium could win a national championship. So yeah, for sure. So it said everyone closed the app and reset. Now they said it's good, Mystic. I believe. So Mystic said he had to reset, so it wasn't us. It's probably I don't know. Maybe it was YouTube. But listen, man, since they already started us off behind, we could get straight into it. So our head coach cousin, it looked like the Dolphins are taking we can look at it from two different perspectives. It seems like the Dolphins are taking their poor time, their sweet time, with bringing in a head coach or hiring one, or it could seem like they doing their due diligence and they being very thorough in their search and they don't want to leave no stones unturned. So, with that being said, hold on, let me get the list for you. So far, these we got Anthony Campanelli, Patrick Graham, your favorite, Jeff Halfley, Jeff Halfley, Clint Kubiak, Jesse Mentor. I think him and Robert Sala, they did their interviews today. Joe Brady, that was a shock. I didn't even know what did they just add him in at the end. But Joe Brady, Kelvin Shepard, Chris Shooter, and Kevin Stefanski. that's the list so far. Obviously, it was John Harbaugh, but we already know, John Harbaugh is up there with the Giants negotiating, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later too, Lou. I got a question about that one, and so far that's who we have. Obviously, they're waiting. I don't think they're gonna bring in Mike Tomlin because he stepped down and Pittsburgh owned his right, so you have to trade for him or give up your draft picks. So, how you feel about that list so far, Lou?
I mean, Tone, it's trash. The list is littered with absolute garbage. Is what it is. It's a bunch of retreads and a bunch of unknowns. So,
Oh, my bad, Lou. I had to get you up out of there real quick. I forgot to switch the scene.
well. Either way, listen. For the people that can't hear me now, yeah, the list is trash.
Yeah.
Bro, it's garbage. Tone is what it is. It's a bunch of retreads and it's a bunch of first time unknown guys. So, you know, I'm not going to come up here and sugarcoat it. I've been upset. I'm gonna keep being upset. People think that I'm upset because Mike McDaniel was fired. No, I'm all about upgrades. Tone, we'll talk a little later, maybe backstage. I was a super box guy until I found the VC. Now I'm a VC guy because I got to upgrade. So I'm about upgrading life, football teams, organizations, just everything should be an upgrade. And when the list that you read to me, I'm sorry, I don't see an upgrade there. I don't. It's a bunch of trash. It's garbage in my opinion.
Um, I'll be honest with you. Just going over the list, it doesn't jump off at the table. It doesn't. Not at the table. It don't jump off the page. They don't look like the ideal candidates that you'll be looking forward to. Um, and I'm not gonna say it's trash. I'm just say it's not a popular list. Let's say that it's not a popular list. But I think at some point, like the Chicago Bears, what his name, Lynn Cohen. I mean, he wasn't a hot name out there. The-
Well, again, but he was kind of proven, had a track record in college of fixing offenses, and I don't know. Again, bro, that year that Baker Mayfield was in the MVP category or conversation, and I think he led the league in touchdowns or was like in the top three of touchdowns. That was under Liam Cohen here with Tampa Bay. So he wasn't I would say to your point, not a household name, but he does have a pretty good resume of being an offensive guy, like an offensive mind. He does have a resume in that aspect.
right, offensive guy. I believe Mike McDaniel. Well, everybody thought he was a genius, but I think he can prove. He's one is a perfect example of head coaching is not only about X's and O's, right? I believe you got to take everything in consideration. You're building a roster or working well with your GM, decision making, who started the backups, defensive side, coaching staff, in game, adjustments. So it's about a lot of different things. There's a lot of different aspects to the sport of football, and you could be the smartest person on the field, but football is a collision sport. So the fastest, they it's not it. They're not always the team or the person that wins. The strongest isn't always the same the team that wins. You know, for the most part, it's going to be the most prepared and the team that can overcome adversity and the team that has more depth because injuries are part of the game. I think that's a part that coaches or new head coaches have to get, I'll say, acclimated with or acclimated to because they're so used to focusing on one side of the team till it's difficult to how you say put all of it together as a head coach. I think that's why some people was asking for Mike McDaniel to give up play calling and focus on just the head coaching part of it. So um I'll say this. When it comes to the list, yeah, I'm not impressed. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not impressed, but I'm not gonna judge it like a lot of people have been. One person on this side can't stand it. But I will say this: I am gonna expect it to pan out. And I am going to be watching them because I think us as Dolphin fans, we all have a right to be skeptical. I'm going to say that. We all have a right to be skeptical because this franchise hasn't gotten it right for the past 25 years at least. Y'all going on 26, and that's just if you include playoffs. But I'll say, man, you could go back to the latter years of DeMarino. They didn't get it right either. Yeah, I think it started before. I think I did not like what year was that? I don't remember the exact year when DeMarino got injured and Damian Hewitt was in there and he was winning games, right? We was hot, and then they brought DeMarino back because the rule back then was you don't lose your starting position to injuries. And I just think it messed up the chemistry, and it messed up our opportunity to win some playoff game and possibly go to a Super Bowl. I think it's been going downhill ever since then. So yeah, I for the fans that are skeptical and that's I say not impressed or taking a wait and approach, wait and approach to see. I don't know. I mean, wait and see approach. I can't tell y'all nothing. I could come here and argue up and down as to why they did the move that they made, or they made the move that they're making, or why I think this is different. But I cannot expect people to see it from my point of view. So I would say that, even though I'm going to propose my argument and let you know why I think this is the right thing they're doing. But if I'm going to be objective and I'm going to be honest, this front office, this franchise hasn't shown us nothing for us to be confident in the way that they're moving. I probably only have pushback with people wanting them to move in a certain way and feel like that's the only right way, or that's the one way that they should go, or the only way that they should route that they should take. That would be my only pushback. But as far as bringing in the Anthony Campanellis and the Chris Shooters of the world, the Clint Kubiaks, as you can see over there on your side with the Robert Saleh and the Kevin Stefanski, those are guys that have experience. But are anyone excited about those two guys?
No, they're retreads. They're failures in their first stop is what they are.
They failed.
No.
As far as Robert Saleh, it was terrible over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrible. Kevin Stefanski, he have some things people could give pushback. I've been watching a couple YouTube channels, and a lot of people are pretty high on Kevin Stefanski because of the 2-time Coach of the Year thing that he's won. But I would say, okay, cool, but he's an offensive guy.
And that offense was terrible over there.
So are we banging or holding our hands or our hopes that what's his name? Shorts? What is Jim Short? Anthony? How you say his name?
Jim Shorts.
Jim Shorts to come over here to have a top 5, top 10 defense every year like he's done over there in Cleveland to make it look better than what it seems.
No.
I'm not impressed by that. I'm not excited by that, So I get it. I know usually we'll come in here and I go back and forth with Lou like, no, you tripping, blah, blah, blah. But if we're going to be honest and I'm assessing who they're bringing in, I'm not excited about it. But with all that being said, who's out there for us to be like, well, let's get this guy. Like, do we have 3 to 4 candidates that we say those guys will be satisfied with bringing them in your opinion?
Well, we're going to be satisfied because we're Dolphin fans and we're going to root for the team regardless.
Well, you don't got to be satisfied though.
But that
you have to accept it.
But that was my point, Tom. No, I'm not going to be satisfied with none of these names. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and sugarcoat it. No. What's going to impress me? Like, who out there? Anthony Campanelli? He's been here. I know he was a linebackers coach. Tone, during the time he was here, do you remember any of our linebackers being good?
No.
All right, what are we talking about? Like Chris Shula, okay, cool. He got a name, cool. Other than that, what do I know about Chris Shula? I don't know nothing. I know he's a good defensive coordinator, is what I know. Are we hiring him for defensive coordinator, or are we hiring him to be a head coach? Because from the head coach standpoint, I don't know what I'm going to get. And that goes for Clint Kubiak. That goes for Anthony Kaepernick. It goes for all of them.
Jeff Hafley.
Jeff Hafley of the world. Like, I don't know. And then the Robert Salehs, to your point, it was terrible one place. Okay. Kevin Stefanski, you highlighted it, Tone. If you're an offensive guy and your offense is not the best unit of your football team, what am I supposed to do with that? So Kevin Stefanski, it just doesn't seem like nothing is going right for the Dolphins. Tone, you know what I seen earlier? And this is not even with the head coaching thing, but this is where when a person like me says, I'm tired of dealing with hope and luck, you see my name, right?
Yeah.
It's going from the general manager. I watched the Dolphins on their website, and they had the whole thing about John Eric Sullivan, the first time and walking in the building, the first time he spoke, this, that, and the third. Tone, I don't know who clipped it up, but today on Twitter, they put a
video.
The introduction press conference of Chris Greer. Side by side from John Eric Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it sounded like? It sounded the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying, Tone?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is until I see this new general manager do something different or any of these coaches do something different, I'm not going to get excited. So, again, I know I was long-winded there, and I went one place to kind of come circle back. I'm going to take the wait and see approach, Tone, like you said, because that's all we can do. I'm not going to get too excited, and I'm going to calm down my emotions to the point of just calling these guys trash, this, that, and the third. But I got to see it, bro. I'm tired. Tone, it's been too long. We haven't won a playoff game in 25 years, Tone, but you even took it further back, right? How long this team has been failing. Bro, I'm tired of just every year the hopes and dreams. I'm going to support that. Stop, bro. Show me. Tone, when we first started this channel, what do we always say? You got to earn it. Yeah. Nothing is given. You got to prove it to me. So that's what I'm going to do, Tone. With all these coaching candidates, the general manager, everything included with this team, I got to take the wait and see approach. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more, and I'm not getting excited for just like, again, hope and luck and dreams, and I can't do it no more, bro. It's frustrating. I mean, look at the names again. Look what we're dealing with, Tone. Mm. And I'm sorry, again, if you got to identify. Look at what the Giants are going through with Harbaugh now. You seen these latest reports?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. Yeah.
And we don't have to go all the way into it. All I'm saying is, if I'm a fan, forget about the Dolphins for a second. If I'm a fan of the Giants, and you're this close, obviously the Giants want him. What's the hang up? What's the hang up? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want Miami to do. Bro, if you fired Mike McDaniel, you should have, again, you got to do your due diligence. I'm not saying you don't talk to all these guys. But at some point, Miami should have identified, hey, this is the guy we want. We're going to go get this guy. Just like the Giants. And like, when I look at the Giants, what's the holdup? Obviously, John Harbaugh said he wants to be over there. You want him. And now I'm seeing, oh, well, there's a report. It could be money. It could be this. Bro, what are you talking? If you're the Giants, you already got the man. Get the man. And that's from the Giant perspective. Same thing with the Dolphins, bro. Identify somebody and go get them. It just, the longer we wait, Tone, it just feels like the Dolphins have no idea, bro, what they're doing. That's what it feels. It just feels like they have no idea, bro. It's like just, hey, throwing hats in the wind, Tone, and yeah, hey, we'll throw some shit on the wall and see what sticks, and what sticks is that's our guy. Like, nah, bro, I just don't like anything that's going on with Miami right now, to be honest with you.
So I think, okay, two things. I think that's alone, that part right there, what you said about the Giants, that shows that it's not easy. And I think you should do your due diligence. You remember when we got Flores, we waited for him to get to the Super Bowl. right? And people have to go through their researches. I want to point something out. I was listening to the Joe Rogan show earlier, and they had brought up, how the Miami Dolphins is, going through this long, extensive uh interview process, and most of them they looked at it as a good thing, right? Because they feel like they was at least attempting to get the right person. And I think you shouldn't rush to anything, especially when you have a new GM. And then somebody had brought up Sean McVay. So I got out the car, so I ain't finished it. So I went and did my research. That was back in 2017. Sean McVay, the Rams, they did an extensive interview process that year. Extensive. You had, I think Jeff Fisher was out there. Couple other teams. I have wrote them down. Let me see if I can find a lot of the Jeff Fisher, Chip Kelly, Ben McAdoo, Chuck Pagano. That's the one I was at the coach. Jack Del Rio, Mike McCall, John Fox. John Fox was coming off a Super Bowl appearance, I think, a couple of years prior to that. All those candidates was out there. Sean McVay, I think he was coming off his second, or that might have been his first year as an offensive coordinator. Coming off his worst game of the season, when they put up one touchdown with the playoff lives on the line against I think he was the OC of the Washington. I don't know and they was going up against the Giants. The Giants had already locked in their playoff position, so they wasn't playing for anything. But the Washington Commanders needed that game. It was a winning situation, and that offense looked terrible. It was coming off a 41-point output, and they put up 10 points that game. And after all of those people that was available in that long process, the Rams, who everyone was surprised, they went with Sean McVay. Wasn't a favorite. Not too many people had him high on their list. And look how it turned out for them. Now, we're not the Rams. And we might not have that luck. But what I'm saying is just because they have a long and extensive interviewing process doesn't mean that it's a failure or they're lost. Maybe they're going through every candidate that they possibly can and make sure they make the right one this time, the right decision this time, which I'm not going to lie. Based off what the guys that they've been picking, I think me and you we agree Brian Flores wasn't a failure. And they even agreed. We didn't fire him because of his production on the field. They didn't fire him because of his coaching ability. They fired him because, technically insubordination. Right? And then when Mike McDaniel, I was on the fence. If they let him go, cool. If they give him another shot, I'm cool. Because I saw the good and I seen the bad in him. So I don't think
they never said why they fired Mike McDaniel, did they?
Nope. Well, Stephen Ross said why he fired him. Stephen Ross said after the interview,
after their meeting that they had.
Yeah, the meet, and he came out and made a statement of why he would going forward. He said all things in consideration, I told the fan base that I wasn't going to settle for the status quo. And he said, although it was a difficult decision, I just didn't think he believed that sticking with Mike McDaniel would have been settling for the status quo.
So, yeah. No, I agree. Real quick, Tone. True Fin Fan has a question. Basically says, question for both of you. If you're Harbaugh or Stefanski, would you come here? 2 years of cap hell, rep of dysfunction and no quarterback. Harbaugh is 64-1, and Stefanski just left dysfunction. What I will say, True Fin Fan, for me, I'll let Tone talk about more of the coaching side. I just want to address the 2 years of cap hell. And Tone, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it yesterday we were in the Twitter space and going into 2027, which will be 1 year, the Dolphins could have up to 134 plus million, and
Yeah.
that's without us knowing what the TV deal goes up in
Mhm.
27. So possibly could be more. So it's only 1 year cap out. It's not
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
So
N-
okay.
Now I would like to point out that is not taking into consideration the what is it 29 players that we have to replace. So we
That
got
is true. That
so
is
we got
true.
to take that into consideration. But to lose point, we're not going to be in negative. Like everyone is making it seem like we're going to be in negative hell. Now and then you got to take in consideration what they decide to do with to his contract, whether they cut him post June, post June him or pre June, or just cut him pre June. That could take a that has an effect on the cap as well. But yes, it's not going to be cap hell like everyone's saying. Is it going to be ideal? A lot of teams might have a lot more cap space than we are, but it's not going to be cap hell. So I'll agree with that. Now, as far as on the coaching side, I said this on the last show. Even though we're pissed off about what happened, well, some of us are pissed off about what happened, and some people feel like Mike McDaniel was treated incorrectly or wrong, done wrong. Let's not ignore the fact of the cap situation, which is for 1 year, at least at minimum. The front office situation, which means we just fired our GM, we just fired our head coach. We have Tour on the on the sideline. We don't know what we have to do, and the player situation of what we have to come in, and then this organization having a reputation of being dysfunctional. We have to also take that into consideration and see if coaches want to deal with that. They might not want to deal with that. You know, on top of that. So, yes. Now, I want to get into the part. So, to answer your question, I don't know. That could play a part in it. And I say that's more so on the Harbaugh side than the Kevin Stefanski. Because, he just came from dysfunction. And, I mean, his side of the team was the biggest failure over there in Cleveland.
How many teams, Tone, do you think is not dysfunctional in this league?
When you say dysfunctional, I don't think there's a lot of dysfunctional teams.
Okay.
I think, like for instance, Cleveland, us. At one point, it was Cincinnati, and Cincinnati still is kind of dysfunctional. I'll be honest with you, because that what is that? Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
Yeah, like that. Cincinnati.
The Jets.
The Jets. Oh my God, they're horrible.
Okay.
I know a lot of people say the Giants, but I don't think they're dysfunctional. Yeah, I think that GM and their owner made a terrible decision, and they got it on video doing exactly what they said they didn't want to do, and they still allowed it to happen. So yeah, most teams have their issues. Before Houston got not Deshaun Watson. Let's say Deshaun Watson, they was considered dysfunctional too. And then, they had to go move off of him. When they had the Matt Schaubs or the real people, that wasn't an ideal place to go to either. So teams have their ups and downs. Now, I don't know if people would say Minnesota is dysfunctional, but that team has never won a Super Bowl. I don't think, have they ever been to a Super Bowl? I don't think so. If so, they may have been to one.
I think they've been to, but that's early though. Probably
early,
70s,
right.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of teams could be considered dysfunctional depending on how you look at it. The Saints right now. A lot of people looking at that franchise like, man, what's going on over there? So,
but couldn't I argue, Tone, that Atlanta is also dysfunctional? Well, let me throw a scenario at you then, with Atlanta, and it could be real quick. Last year or 2 years ago, you pay Kirk Cousins 4 years, $100 million guaranteed. And in the very same year, you draft Michael Penix number 7 or 8 overall.
Number 8.
To me, Tone, to me, that's dysfunction, bro. Somebody in that organization made a mistake. Somebody went. I seriously doubt that the owner signs off to give Kirk Cousins $100 million for somebody else 3 months later to pick a quarterback. When again, Tone, the only reason I say it's dysfunction is because me, you, a lot of us being fans, I put myself in that fan category for Atlanta. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is cool, but if week 3 Kirk Cousins is out there and we're 0-3, week 4 I'm calling for Michael Penix. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the dysfunctional organization that just gave the other guy $100 million drafted the guy that now I want to see on the field. It's just a lot of dysfunction.
So I would disagree with the dysfunction. I think they made a bad decision. And what I see is them not being a dysfunctional franchise and letting that decision or ignoring a fact or acting like it wasn't a bad decision and just moving forward with that terrible decision. So that's why I wouldn't say dysfunction, because Seattle did the same thing. Paid Matt Flynn, drafted Russell Wilson, and boom, right? So I wouldn't say, we seen the Washington Redskins, the Commanders do it, with Kirk Cousins and RG3. I wouldn't say the dysfunction. We seen the 49ers did all the trade for Trey Lance and had to get saved basically the year after, because remember, don't forget, they set him, and then the year that they wanted to start, they had to bench him. Then he got injured. It looked like turmoil over there. Jimmy Garoppolo went down, and then Brock Purdy saved him. So I would say it's not an ideal situation. That's the only reason I won't use the dysfunctional part about it, because Arthur Blank, he keeps them. Like, they go down, but he does everything he can to get them back, right? When they went to what they had, Chris Chandler had a little downtime when they got Mike Vick. Had a little downtime. You know what I'm saying? Came back, and look, they're a quarterback away. So I just wouldn't say dysfunction. I would just say it's not the ideal situation. But I would like to say this. That Atlanta, I'm glad you said Atlanta. When you remember when it came to the GMs and head coaches, and I was like, I was like, I think that situation, that one, Tennessee, I believe a coach would put those two franchises because of the situation over us, because I don't think they're as dysfunctional as we are, especially Atlanta. I think that defense is nice over there. You got Drake London and Bijan Robinson over there. Get you a quarterback.
Division. Yeah, well, and you just took the reason. I would say, if it was me, the only thing that attracts me about Atlanta, again, there's weapons. I think the Dolphins have weapons, though. So, like, what attracts me is the last thing you said. That division over there is god awful. Carolina went to the playoffs this year with an 8-9 record. Atlanta was 8-9. Tampa Bay was 8-9. And I think the Saints finished with like 6 or 7 wins as well. Like that is a horror. Okay, 6 and
5 or
6
6,
and
5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, but besides that, like outside of the division, if it was me, Tone, again, I'm taking Miami over Atlanta. I know everybody wants to paint the picture about dysfunction, this, that, and the third. I don't think that's deterring me from going to Miami. I think we put in a lot more stock than what we talk about. And even if, let's say Miami's dysfunction, even with Tennessee, I think Miami could be in a way better situation than Tennessee. Outside of Cam Ward, you got to rebuild over there. There ain't no A-Chains over there. There ain't no Waddles over there. There ain't no Jordan Brooks over there. There ain't no Mika Fitzpatrick's over there. There ain't no, bro, Tennessee is garbage. Like, they are hot garbage. So, I don't know. I think it's all about preference thing. But for me, when I hear, Miami is – bro, listen, I think Miami is better than Atlanta situation. I think You don't want to ask me my opinion. And again, Tone, I could be completely off base. I could be wrong. I'm picking Miami over the Giants. I'm picking Miami over
Ooh.
Tennessee. I'm picking the Miami over Atlanta. The only two jobs, in my opinion, that are I'm picking Miami over Arizona. The only two jobs for me, Tone, that is better at this current time than Miami is Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
No, I think you're way off there. No.
And again, I told you, Tone, I could be way off. I'm just giving you my opinion, but I don't like. Okay, cool. The Giants have Scatterboo, and they have Jackson Dart, and they have Malik Neighbors. Okay, they have, let's say, three components that you like. Miami, I could argue, has two out of the three. And if I asked you right now, who are you taking, Cam Scatterboo or Devon Achane? Who are you taking?
Devon Achane, but he's under contract.
Well, again, if we sign Achane, right, which I think a lot of us might think that he is going to re-sign here in Miami, right? That's a good piece. That's a core piece. People were making the argument today that you got Jalen Waddle. Again, I don't know. I know a lot of us might think he's a number one receiver, but again, he's a good player in this league. No matter if you think he's a 1, 2, whatever, he's a very good player on a team-friendly contract up till he's 29 years old. That's another, 3 years?
Maybe.
Like, I don't think it's all bad. Well, he could be traded. I'm just saying, as of right now, he's a Dolphin. So I'm looking at it from a coaching standpoint now. I'm looking at the Dolphins. Hey, I could have Achane. I could have Waddle. I could have Jordan Brooks. I could have Micah Fitzpatrick. I don't think it's I could have Patrick Paul. Like, I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it seem, is all I'm saying. And again, Tone, I'm just talking for me. If I was one of these coaches, again, bro, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, okay, cool, I'll get it. Hey, those are well-run organizations from top down. They're established. We know what it is. Outside of that, bro, listen, Miami, if you want to say Miami is even with all those other teams, I'll give you that. But I'm tired of hearing, oh, this situation's better. Bro, Tennessee is better than Miami?
Yes. Is it like,
man.
Listen.
Tom.
Miami been in hell. Let's just stick to the playoff job.
What's Tennessee been?
Tennessee is 4 years removed from an AFC championship game. What are we talking about?
Okay, cool.
That's 4 years. When you think about 4 years, 26.
I want you to now again that team over there in Tennessee that's 4 years removed. Yeah. Derrick Henry that carried them there is not there. Ryan Tannehill that carried them is not there. Like, what are we talking about?
I get, but they still 4 years removed from that.
Nah, bro.
So you can fix that. Atlanta is right there. You put a quarterback in Atlanta.
Right there, win. Atlanta has had 4 or 5 straight years of no playoff wins.
No, they got like 8 or 9. They more like 8 or 9.
Okay, and there you go. And 8 or 9 straight losing records. What is better than Miami? What?
Okay, look at what you're saying. So because you got your homer hat on. You're talking about teams that got 4, 8, 9. Tennessee. Who else you said it was better than the Giants?
If I would have had my homer hat on, I would have said Miami was better than Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Hold on.
I didn't say that.
All of those teams outside of Tennessee has been to Super Bowls since Miami been a playoff victory. These teams have been to Super Bowls. And you're going to tell me we're a better situation because we just had 2 good seasons with Mike McDaniel?
No. I told you that. But again, this is just my opinion. I'm telling you what I look at.
I'm looking at it from outside looking in.
Nah.
That franchise has been dysfunctional for years.
And again, Atlanta, outside of this Super Bowl year that you're telling me, they were dysfunctional too. And they haven't been good.
No,
either.
hey, no.
Stop, Tone, stop. It's a bunch of 8 wins, 9 wins.
Yes, in the past 10
shit, just like Miami.
What was they looking at when they had the Michael Vick years? Like, come on, we're not doing it. Michael Vick went to Green Bay and but the first one to beat Green Bay in the playoffs.
So Atlanta, what makes Atlanta better than the Dolphin current situation in 26 is what Michael Vick did in 2002. What you're telling me.
No, I'm saying that franchise. that seems to they're not as dysfunctional. You could go over there. The team that they have right now, any coach would choose that team over coming to this Miami Dolphins team. Let's be 100. That team, that's
I don't agree.
That team, y'all forgot that team destroyed Buffalo. They just inconsistent right now. But they got some pieces over there that are good, a great coach. Atlanta.
Yeah, right. And all I know, I watched the Miami Dolphins absolutely destroy Buffalo.
Right. That's why I say it was inconsistent. That's what I said.
And both teams are inconsistent. I also watched this sorry, dysfunctional Miami Dolphin team that both of them beat Buffalo. I watched Miami, the dysfunction, walk its happy ass into Atlanta and beat the ever living dog shit to them too. That's what I watched.
That's just what I said. But guess what? That team is not going to be there in Miami. The Atlanta is not in cap hell like Miami.
Okay,
Atlanta
for one season.
Atlanta team
for one season.
Everything for one season yet to start. But then we still not like we can make it look at everything and look at the positive, but we got to look at it more realistic. Realistically, see, we're saying looking at all the positive because that's our team. Oh, you know what? It could be 72. It could be 100 upward to 134. But as a head coach, you're not looking at it like that. You're looking at more reality. Okay, yeah, that's that. But like I just said, they didn't take into consideration the 29 players that they got to resign. You understand? They didn't take that into consideration. They didn't take into consideration how much Tua is going to count against it. They didn't. You know, and they was taking into consideration moving off of Chubb and all them. You understand those contracts that's getting off, but we're not sure what they can do. And
1,000%.
And they also not taking into consideration it's 26 years. That's just playoff victories.
Absolutely. True Fin fan again, the homie, right? He says the cap space. Again, for me, it's 1 year. I'll give you the cap space. But look at the second comment. Do you think coaches don't want to come to Miami because they got to face Josh Allen twice a year and New England with Drake May twice a year? See, this is the problem then. Drake May ain't going nowhere. He's going to be here for the next 10, 12, 15 years. Josh Allen ain't going nowhere. He's going to be here probably for the next 8 to 10 years. So what are we saying? That Miami, no coach is going to want to come here because those two, like what am I supposed to do with this? And y'all know I love True Fin fan. But me, the way I am, I speak as a competitor, as a guy that, there's a challenge, I'm going to go hit it head on. I know my brother Tone, the one I'm doing a show with, is the same way. I believe off the small interactions I've had with True Fin fan, he's the same way. Are we running away because of 1 year of cap space and we might have to see New England and Josh Allen for the next, 10 years? Are we running away from that?
I wouldn't use that as a
What are we talking about here, man? Y'all make it seem like Miami is the worst team in the league, bro.
I mean, they're not far off though.
Okay, but I disagree then. Bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had some good years with Tua, but right now the rebuild it look like it's going. I mean, I say a year or two at minimum before we get back to competing. But I want to address this. And Mike Best, you're one of the ones that needs to hear this. What I'm trying to say to Lewis, I wish our fans as hard for our team, our own team as they do for other teams. Laugh out loud, side-eye Tony. It's a problem with fans like you that the only way you look at this team is having to be positive. And that ain't got you nowhere. You know what that got you? In the position that we in now. People like me that step back and say we have to be honest about our team and what other people are looking at. Because I'm not John Harbaugh that even give Miami Dolphins a interview. Didn't even give us an interview. They did that. So as a real fan that wants this team to be successful, I have to sit back and say, you know what? Thank you, Roadrunner. Let me take my Homer hat off. Let me see what is the problem with this team and why we have to figure things out. You know why? Because guess what? Honesty let me put this up right here. Honesty to you is positive. If I could point out that team is built better than us, they're in a better situation today, you say that's positive. That's not positive. That's being honest. If you're going to honestly sit here and tell me that the Dolphins right now have a better team that ready to compete than the Atlanta Falcons, you have a homer hat on.
Well, does Atlanta have the quarterback situation right?
They have the opportunity to get the quarterback situation right.
How? And what in the draft?
They could draft, yes. And,
okay.
And Michael Penix looked terrible.
No. Real quick, forget about.
Let me ask you. Let me finish so you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay. If you get a guy in, let's say Mike McDaniels go over there because they hired him, and he do for Michael Penix what he did for Tua. That is a more mobile or with a stronger arm Tua.
Okay, cool. Now you done?
So yeah. If you got a rebuttal for that,
yeah, I got a rebuttal. With this cap space situation, you still got, if you release Kirk Cousins, you got, again, that's guaranteed. That whole $100 million, that was fully guaranteed.
Yeah, how many years?
Again, they gave him 4, so that means 2 more years because he just spent his second year. And I don't know if you noticed, Michael Penix, his rookie season hurt. Second season, which was last year, played terrible and hurt. Not one knee, both knees. And he's had 2 knees coming into the league. He had both legs in college were hurt. And now again, surgery this offseason on both knees. You think Atlanta has a good quarterback situation over there? Is that what I'm hearing?
They could go get one.
Miami could go get one.
No, they can't. Miami can't go get nothing.
You mean to tell me
they can't even put a team together right now.
You mean to tell me at 11 Miami can't draft a quarterback? If they wanted to, they could. No.
Who you gonna get at 11? Let's be realistic.
I don't know whether the same people Atlanta could go get.
Really? Like who?
The same. What you mean?
No, I'm talking about in free agency. They could go get one in free agency.
No. Who's available? Kyler Murray?
It depends on Kyler Murray. If Mike McDaniel do for Kyler Murray, hold on. Let's stay with Kyler Murray. Because Kyler Murray has, since he been in there, he fell off towards the end of.
He's done what? No, I'm saying he's done what? What lie are you going to feed me, Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray he tailed off at the end of the seasons, his past 3 seasons.
Sounds like Tua.
Fell off. But you know what? He had that team 8-0 at one point.
Tua had the team 9-3 at one point.
Never had them 8-0. Ever.
What if you
never had teams afraid to beat them. Ever.
Hey, Tony, let me ask you a question.
You're not going to tell me Kyler Murray he might end up trapped. But with the potential, if Mike McDaniel do for Kyler Murray what he's done for Tua, Atlanta could be a Super Bowl contender. Because he have scramble ability, he has a strong arm, and he played some big games before. Well, not big games, but amazing games before.
And again, we've seen Tua play amazing games. This is what I'm saying.
And
I don't care
if
you start off 8-0 and you finish 10-6. What does 8-0 get you?
Opportunity to go in the playoffs, opportunity to win, like the same thing.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if you go over there, I'm just saying based on the team they got. Based on the team that they got, you get a quarterback that just be a game manager. And we could do something. Just be consistent and we can do something. I'm sorry, but that's just the situation that they're in. Now, are they going to get it right? We don't know. They need to bring the right person in. But I'm just saying their situation. And now, you know what's funny? It's funny. That's the only other team that John Harbaugh gave an interview to. The only one. He ain't going to give Tennessee was supposed to be in a favor. He ain't going to get him an interview. He went to the Giants. So maybe John Harbaugh saw something that he was like, let me see what they talk about. I feel like I can win with that team. And then he went to the Giants. So don't just take my word on it. He's the only one, the one that everybody is the highest, and everyone requesting interviews from every opener request interviews from that. For him, he went to Atlanta, and then the one that everyone thought was the favorite, starting off, he went to the Giants. Which is why I'm telling you, if you want to take your home hat off and understand, those teams are in better situations than Miami.
Delusional Patriots fan says Atlanta can't draft one this year because they traded, I guess, away their first round pick.
Yeah, but Atlanta could go get a Taylor Green in the second round. They could go get a Drew Lar in the second round. They could go
just like Miami can. Like Miami can.
Yes, and that quarterback is going to come to a situation that is terrible, and he's not going to go to a situation in Atlanta that's terrible.
With Devon A-Chain and
if Devon A-Chain is even here. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, all right.
Right,
cool.
right. With Devon A-Chain.
So we already traded. So we already traded him now. Is that what we're doing?
No. I said if he's even here. If he's even here, yes, he's going to come with Devon A-Chain, Jalen Waddle, and now where you go from there? I'm waiting for where you go from there.
You let John Eric Sullivan build the team. Don't we have faith in John Eric Sullivan?
With cap limitations.
Oh, okay.
He can't do it yet. This is let's be 100. Right. We'll talk about when we talk about John Eric Sullivan. Matter of fact, since you want, let's transition next. Smooth transition over to John Eric Sullivan. What the situation that we in? How soon do you expect John? What are you looking forward to with the expectation from John Eric Sullivan? Are we expecting him to come in and build a winner? 2026 going out?
If you're asking me in 2026, no, I don't think. I don't think nobody builds a team in 1 year. No, I don't think you build Atlanta in 1 year. But this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, Tennessee is a better situation. You think John Eric Sullivan is going to be better in Tennessee than he is in Miami? With what? Salary cap? Okay, cool. You think he's building that in 1 year? No.
I think
my expectation for John Eric Sullivan is to build a good roster in Miami. Do I think it's going to be all completed in 2026? No. But this is your first opportunity, and you set your foundation of what you want this team to look like moving forward. That's my expectation. What did we do? We didn't like Chris Greer because he missed. He overvalued pick the Noah Igbinogheni's of the world, the Jonas Savaneas of the world that you traded up for, the Jalen Wrights you traded up for, the Liam Eichenbergs you traded up for. Hopefully John Eric Sullivan don't have to do those kind of moves. You make building block move. I want to see more Patrick Pauls come in here. I want to see more Devon A-Chains come in here. That's my expectation for John Eric Sullivan. But do I think he's going to accomplish that all in 1 year, Tone, in 2026? No, I do not.
Yeah, me neither. But I see my last one before I get into Mike Best. I don't understand why the situation is bad. You know what, Mike Best? You didn't see what was wrong with Tua either. See, you one of the blind fans. So that's why you'll never understand where I'm coming from. At least I know my co-host over here, when he's giving his opinion, is objective. And he just believe that because he's looking at it from the outside looking in, not just from a fan standpoint. But, bro, you don't see nothing wrong with this team at all. You're one of those positive no matter what type of fans. So I understand why you don't see that. Now, with John Eric Sullivan, no, I'm almost on the same page with this. I don't expect too much from him. And why? Because of the situation that we're in. Always, the situation that we're in, I don't expect nothing from him. And that's just being 100. So I can't come out here and say that I believe those other teams are better because, yes, I believe John Eric Sullivan, if he had what Tennessee was working with, yes, I think he can. You know why? I think he could do what the Patriots did. They was horrible that first year with Drake May. That cap allowed them to go get free agents, bringing them a great coach, get free agents, and it's night and day this year. That's a 1 year turnaround with that quarterback that they brought in. 1 year because they had the cap for it. They didn't have to wait. It was come in here and you got a lot to work with. Fix it. And they did it in 1 year. So yeah, I just think that realistic expectation from John Eric Sullivan is, but it's a lot to clean up. And I'm sorry for me keeping the same energy. Before all of this happened, we all had the same. Well, most of us had the same impression that it's going to take some time because of the situation that the Dolphins are in. The Tua situation, the free agent situations, the GM situation, we knew that it was going to take some time. We have A-Chan that we have to worry about, Aaron Brewer coming up. We don't know I don't know what they're going to do with Austin Jackson. Mika Fitzpatrick, he's due $18.3 million. We have no secondary coming back. Like there is I don't know, all of a sudden we forgot about this type of stuff. Like, yeah, you have a Patrick Paul, cool. But this year too under Patrick Paul was a second round pick. That means next year he's going to be looking to get paid. So while we thinking all that cap is going to be up there, guess what? People don't stop needing to get paid. Then you got Aaron Brewer is going to be looking to get paid. What you going to do with Austin Jackson? Which I hope they move off of him. I'm going to be real with you. Now we got to figure out this whole secondary. What we doing with Jordan Brooks after this season? Tyrell Dodson. We got to start thinking about Zach Sealer. We might not have no edge. What we doing with Chubb? I'm just trying to figure out what we create. How long do we think Waddle is going to stay if we don't get rid of him? What he signed through 28 or 29, I think. Those big numbers on that contract is about to start hitting with Waddle. Those huge cap hits. Got to figure out what we're going to do with Tyreek Hill. I think he's out of here. So I don't think that's going to be a big deal. But now you got to bring in weapons. So with all that being said, I don't think anyone should have a problem with me saying that this is not an ideal situation to come in. We are who we are. The only way to truly fix it is to face it head on and say, nah, we got to look at this straightforward and say, yeah, I think there's a lot of work to be done. And John Eric Sullivan, I'm going to be, even though it's difficult to ask a fan base like us that has a drought of 26 years to be patient. Unfortunately, the safe route, the not safe route, the fair route is to be patient. He's not coming into an ideal situation. He isn't. He have a lot of stuff to clean up. Not to mention, we have to get the coach right. I just gave you the candidates. Y'all want to take a look at the people that's available? We bringing them all in. Tell me which one of those candidates, how many of those candidates excite y'all? There's only one John Harbaugh, if that's the one that excites y'all. There's only one of him. And he seems to be having a problem getting it done over there, getting that contract situation done over there in the Giants. So for everyone that just thought we supposed to bring John Harbaugh in and sign him and get it done with, obviously Miami Dolphins aren't the only franchise, that understand that it's going to take a little bit more than just get him in the building and sign him. But outside of that, who are we looking at that could come fix this situation? Or do y'all think there's no fix needed? Maybe we're under the impression that there's no fix needed. I'm not. I'm being 100. I know it's gonna take a lot. So yes, my expectation for him is it's gonna take at least 2-3 years for us to see what type of impact he can have. Now we could start judging him based off his draft and see how they pan out on a year by year basis. That we could do that. But if we're gonna be honest fans, bro, we got to give him some time. I'm not gonna, be at his neck after year 1 or 2. Now 3 and 4, I'm gonna start saying, okay, I need to start seeing some improvement. And who knows, depending on what he can, if we keep our weapons, it cannot be as bad as it looks like it is right now. But realistically speaking, man, how are we gonna replace that defense? We're gonna be relying on a lot of young people. We're gonna have to hit on a lot of young players. And if he do that, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be highly impressed. I'm gonna be highly impressed. So that's just, we got to be honest. You got to get this GM some time. And if y'all don't think so, then somebody change my mind. Somebody point me out how this could be a quick fix. Cause I don't have, I can't see it right now. But that's how I feel about it, GM. But listen, man, 27 y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Road to 800. If y'all first time over here, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and put it on all, so y'all know when we go live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. We don't, as you can see, we don't always have to scream and yell at each other, even though we just had like a little small, quick one, real quick. But but we can't talk civilized. Now you want people to listen to your takes. Oh, I don't know who that was. I feel the same way. Tony, 2 to 3 years sounds right. Why don't we compare his last 3 drafts at Green Bay? Because he's not the GM at Green Bay. He wasn't the GM there. We're not getting the Green Bay GM. He was, what was he, the assistant over there, Lou? If you remember what John Eric Sullivan was?
I believe he was the assistant GM. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how patient these people will be, Tom. That's the issue.
I get it. I get it. He was good in 2022 and 23. He got injured and ruined his career, so we move on. My best, you must be talking about Tua. But I think he talking about Tua. I don't know. If you're looking at Tua, do you think he was good in 22 and 23, Lou?
I mean, again, there's I guess there's more than.
I'm asking you because I know you were one of the ones that felt like he should have got extended and got the contract.
I do believe he played well in 22, 23. Now, again, it wasn't good enough. No, it wasn't good enough. But I can't take that away from him, Tone. No, in 2022, he played good. And in 2023, bro, you don't lead the league in passing by being complete trash.
Obviously not, no.
And again, I'm sorry. I know there was a couple quarterbacks. I know that's the argument. There was a couple quarterbacks in 23, Tone, that didn't play. But I'll give you 2 that
Patrick
did
Mahomes
play.
And Josh Allen was there.
Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen were there.
Mm-hmm.
And Tua threw for more yards than both of those gentlemen. So was he the best? No. Has he ever been the best? No, but I'm sorry, bro. I can't take 22 and 23 from him. He was good. He just wasn't good enough, but he was good.
Yeah. And see, and why I look at them too and say, yeah, he was good, and I'm glad you say he wasn't good enough. When you say, okay, he led the league in passing yard that year, okay, that was cool. But I also say he was the quarterback behind a team that had a 3-game lead in their division with 5 games to go and folded.
Absolutely.
And his play was one of the main reasons why we folded.
1,000%.
The drop off of his play should be studied when he plays those good games, the good teams and the bad teams. We should figure out why he has such a traumatic fall off, especially in 2023 when he played the full season. 2022, I was really like, man, he was coming off the concussions. He was on a 3-game losing streak, so I don't want people to forget about that. He was on a 3-game losing streak before he got that concussion in Green Bay. And truth be told, before he went down to Cincinnati, he wasn't looking too good. Let's just be honest. But I was like, okay, but let's see how he improves. And once I saw that 2023 season, that's when I said, looking at him, evaluating him, understand what Mike McDaniel has done for his career and the offense that we put around him, the weapons that we gave him, and his play to fall off. Did y'all watch the Tennessee game? See, a lot of people put that Tennessee game on a defense because it was terrible toward the end. But nobody's talking about how terrible Tua played that game.
Terrible.
No one. I don't forget about that. No one, you understand? The Kansas City game, how bad he played up there.
Terrible.
I'm like, we got to take this into consideration. That's the type of stuff that you look at and you evaluate when you want to consider him a franchise guy. Like, come on, say what you want. At least Peyton Manning, his first, it took him, 6 years before he got a first playoff victory? But he was taking them every year. They was 12-4, 13-3 every year. He was beating them teams in the regular season that he just couldn't. Let's be real. He ran up against Tom Brady a couple of times. But he was beating them in the regular season. And then guess what? He finally said, hey, I just need to translate this from the regular season to the postseason. And he did it. But he showed you the capabilities. But when I looked at Tua, I'm like, you have to. If anyone go back to my takes, because that was before we started this channel on X, and I was saying, my problem is I'm not extending him because he hasn't shown me that he can stay healthy for more than one season, and he hasn't shown me that he could show up in the big games consistently. In his two best seasons, we collapsed down the end. And he didn't show up in big games consistently. And that's how I judge him. I say, those are his two best seasons. Bro, at least give me a 12-5, a 13-4 season. With you jumped out the gate at 8-3 both times? And fold? Think about that. 8-3, 11 games. The best he did was got 2-11. We gave you 3 more games. And all he had to do was give you one more victory. It would have been a completely different story. So, yes. I'm sorry. But, hey, that's all he, like, just give me that. And the failure, that's what that was. But, listen, man, 31 of y'all in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button. Like, this is what we get. It's the hard truths over here. It's not going to only be me and Lewis yelling at each other. It's going to be us letting y'all know you have to be honest about this team. You have to be objective. You have to, at least I can say for my co-host, that's why we do. He admitted, I was wrong about Tua. I was. And could step back and see where he was wrong. And that's why, even though I go back and forth with him about the situation, I know why he's doing that, because he's not falling for the banana in the tailbite, and he's not just going to blindly say, I've seen this before, but I still have the hope that this could be the best, that they're going to get it right. No, you have to show him. So I know where that energy is coming from. Now, just because I say, okay, I'm looking at it differently because there's different people in the front office, he's like, it's still the same people at the top. At least that's a fair argument. And he's making a fair assessment. But just blindly, for as much as he said that this team is in a better situation than Tennessee, he also said them people at the top is going to mess it up. That's being objective. But hey, so if you want the cold hard truth, if you want people that's going to stand on their takes and look at this team and see what we can be in, what could be improved, and not just look at all in the positive. Y'all on the right channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and when they get it right, trust me, it's gonna be hard, tough nose. It's gonna be understanding the truth and not running from the hard truths. No, that's not how you go. You gonna have to get it right that way. But real quick, Lou, we got some playoff football. Let me get your opinions on some of these games so far, since we're not in there, so we gonna watch it though.
It's sad, man. I'm so tired of watching playoff football and not having the goddamn Dolphins in there, Tom. It's
That is
frustrating,
true.
man.
I mean, if y'all not frustrated like we are, then come on, man. Let's raise our standards. I want to be over here talking about us in the playoffs, competing for playoff victories. Not looking like, well, if we just did this every year, year in, year out, it wasn't that bad. Look at that. I just look at his 11-6, not far. My point exactly. But listen, Buffalo Bills, Broncos, first game, 4:30 p.m. What's your thoughts, Lou?
Man,
You got in that one.
man. Again, Tone, I've said it kind of before the playoffs when we knew Kansas City, was already out, Patrick Mahomes being out. Obviously, Week 18, Lamar not being there, Joe Burrow not being there. This has to be Buffalo's year, bro, at least to get to the Super Bowl. I know Denver has the better team overall. I'm going to take Buffalo in this one, man. I think Josh Allen, again, bro, like when he doesn't turn the ball over, and I've heard you say this about Josh Allen, Tone, a lot of people, us as Dolphin fans, we kind of clown the Buffalo Bills, this, that, and the third. But if you go and you're really objective about Buffalo in the playoffs, outside of maybe one or two games, Josh Allen is a monster, bro, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, yes, he is.
And he puts on. So, again, I think Denver has the better team. But, for me, I think Buffalo ultimately has the better quarterback. And I don't trust Bo Nix yet. And, again, Sean Payton is great on his own right. But I do think at the end, Buffalo makes a couple more plays. Josh Allen throws on that cap. I got Buffalo going into Denver and knocking out the number one overall seed.
Buffalo knocked them out last year. I think they went to Buffalo and got boat raced, right? Denver.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
And for that reason and that reason alone, I think they're gonna learn from that experience. They're at home this time. I think they beat Buffalo in a close one. Maybe a 3-point, a game-winning field goal type deal. Yeah. I think so. I mean, I'm still a Buffalo hater at heart, anyways, and being a Dolphin fan. But realistically, honestly speaking, being objective, I think the Broncos, because that defense, man, they're gonna be at home. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, the first home game in a while. I don't remember when the last home playoff game Denver had. Man, yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy up there. So. Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos in the upset. 3-point. I'll say 3-point victory. What about 49 Seahawks?
You talking about little brother?
Well, technically it's big brother if you on, depending on whose side you on.
Depending on whose side you on. I'm gonna take our future head coach, Clint Kubiak, and the Seattle Seahawks. Again, for everything you kind of highlighted with Denver, that's what I'm going to lean on. Sam Darnold's been playing very well this season. Actually, for the past 2-3 seasons, he's been playing very well. I think overall, Seattle being the number one seed, they're home, they're healthy, they're well rested. JSN is an absolute problem over there. That defense for Seattle is legit as well. I'm going to take the home team here. I'm with you. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch. I could easily see another 3-point game, something like that. But I'm going to take the home team here, Tone. I'm going to take Seattle over the 49ers.
You know what? I was leaning towards Seattle over the 49ers. And I might be, I'm right now, as you was talking, that Sam Donald news came out and kind of scared me.
Mm.
I don't know if they trying to have a built-in excuse if he fails again in a big game. Like I don't know if I could trust him. I don't know if I could trust him. I believe Seattle should win this game, and they might win this game. But just for the mere fact that I don't trust Sam Donald yet, he had to show me. I'm going to add 49ers, even though I want the 49ers to lose this game. I'm going to add 49ers. Sam Donald proved me wrong. I listen, I would love to go into spaces on Sunday morning if us Mystic runs one, or Monday morning. Well, no, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I could be. I'm gonna be out there wilding out Monday, so y'all might not see. Yeah, I don't know. Well, whenever I get back in this space, I would love nothing more than to clown Mystic and his brother, the Niner fan that be in here all the time. But I think the Niners. Sam Donald, you got to prove me wrong, my brother. That's the Saturday slate. Sunday, Texas and the Patriots got the first game. Who you going with?
This is a tough game, Tone, right here. I know New England's been on a run, and an incredible run. And I like Vrabel. I think he's, upper echelon in the league. I like Drake May. I like the running game in New England. From a passing standpoint, I don't really like the weapons for New England like that. Stephon Diggs, cool, whatever. But a bunch of just guys
Booty
over there,
yeah.
it's just
Hunter
a bunch
Henry
of guys.
Yeah.
The Texans, bro, the only question I have about the Texans is CJ Stroud.
Mm.
And if CJ Stroud can just be, again, a game manager, if CJ Stroud, Tone, can just be a reason that the Texans don't.
I don't know if you're aware. You do know Nico Collins is out this game, right?
Well, that changes a lot too. For me, it's the Texans defense, man. I think the Texans have the best defense in the league, Tom.
Oh, they do. Numbers wise, watching wise, yeah, they do.
Bro, you watch that team and they are physical. They are flying around. They are looking to take people's heads off. I didn't know about Nico Collins, and really, to be honest, I don't trust CJ Stroud. I was going to pick the Texans until you told me about Nico Collins. I'm glad you did. I'll take New England.
I'm gonna be real with you. When I heard that news, because I was taking the Texans to go to the AFC Championship game because of that defense, and I was like, CJ Stroud, you just don't have to mess this up. But losing Nico Collins, coming off the terrible game that he had, and then now you got to face this Patriots, which have a pretty good defense as well. I keep on calling him Alex. Christian Gonzalez is back. He cleared concussion protocol, so he will be there. So the Patriots will have both of their cornerbacks. And, who he got? Christian Kirk is receiver number one?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. No Joe Mixon? What, Blue? Okay, cool. Had an all right season. I don't know, man. CJ Stroud, you would prove all your doubters wrong if you pull this game out. In the Patriots, in New England, at the Patriots in New England.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots too.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Just because I just think the injuries is mounted up. There's too many injuries for the Texans, especially on the offensive side. Like, if you're going to tell me what is Dalton Schultz and Christian Kirk are going to be your top weapons going into that game, nah, on the road. So, yeah, I think me and you are on the same page with that. And not last but not least. Oh, yes, it is. Last but not least, I believe this is going to be the game of the week.
I have the same opinion.
Rams at Bears.
Now I said earlier for the 49ers Seahawks, little brother. Actually, this is little brother right here. Shout out to my guy, Missed It. His little brother. Tone, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like
Caleb Williams.
No, not Caleb Williams. Your guy. I'm drawing
Matthew
Stafford.
Oh,
I love Matthew Stafford. I'm with you. I think Matthew Stafford is going to the Hall of Fame. I think it's going to be well deserved when he gets there. I think he's been one of those ones for a very long time in this league. But when I seen that stat earlier this week when it came out,
cold weather, yeah.
Cold weather, his last 10 games, 1-9.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at some of them numbers he's put up in those games. Give me the Rams for the upset.
Oh, you mean Chicago or the Rams?
Give me the Rams for the upset. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the 1-9. I don't care about none of that. I think, again, the Bears, just the inexperience with Caleb Williams. A lot of his abilities is playmaking, running around, doing a lot of crazy things. I think the footing is going to be terrible. You've seen some of the reports coming out of Chicago. The weather's going to be absolutely atrocious. I'm going to trust Puka Nacua. I'm going to definitely trust Matthew Stafford. I'm definitely going to trust Sean McVay. I know it's going to be tough, Tone. Don't get me wrong. And I think this is going to be an incredible game. Just watching it, that I think the atmosphere, we seen it Wild Card Weekend in Chicago. They were live. It's only going to be the atmosphere is probably going to be crazier than that. I think with all that being said, the Rams, that coach, that quarterback, they got championship pedigree. I think they go in there and they end Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams season. I do like a lot of things that's going on in Chicago right now, but I think you got to crawl before you walk. Give me the Rams for the upset.
Well, y'all know I'm going Rams. Let's just be real. Hey, you know what? Speaking of the Rams, you know what? We'll talk about that backstage. The one. So I got some numbers for you. I want you to give me your opinion about what you think about the stats. 26 for 44. That's a 59.1% completion percentage. 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 5 rushes for 33 yards. What do you think about those numbers?
Well, I mean, I like the touchdowns to no interceptions. I mean, that sounds good. I would like the
324 yards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and even the completion percentage, you said it was right under 60%.
Yeah,
like
59%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's again, they're not great. I won't say they're terrible, but they're not. Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I don't like those numbers at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like them.
Okay, well, that was his numbers the last time he played in that cold weather game. So if you're gonna tell me I get 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, I'm taking it. 5 rushing for 33 yards from an old man Stafford, I'm taking it every time.
Yeah, but that completion, that's not efficient though.
I mean, I don't need you to be efficient. No, I mean efficient, but he's a gunslinger.
In that game, was it a win or a loss?
That was the last time. That was the Philly game. You remember he missed that last play for the that last throw out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was what that was 30-something degrees in that game. Snow, you remember? Boy, he got out of there. And what his name? Jalen Hurts had to get him up out of there. And Matthew Stafford. I wish it was what was it? 24 for 42. Oh no, 26 for 44. I wish it was 27 for 44. Because if he complete that one pass, they win that game. And he just missed that throw. So, but yeah, so I'm taking the Rams. Y'all know I'm a Matthew Stafford guy. Tony, when the Rams played the Bengals, who did you root for? Nobody. Why would I root for any of those teams? I'm just a fan of their quarterbacks. I was rooting for both of the quarterbacks to have a great game. It should have been a shootout. Yeah, but I'm not rooting for nobody to win or lose. Now, this year I had a difference of a reason why I want the Rams to win. You know what I'm saying? What they did. Shout out to me for understanding, you know what I'm saying? Which one of these quarterbacks and franchise are gonna pull through. But there you got it, man. That's our picks for the divisional round playoffs. It's still 29 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. No show Monday. I'm correct, right? Y'all know I'm gonna be at the game. national championship. Miami Hurricane is all about the U versus the Indiana. What are they? Hoosiers? Yeah, those guys.
You said wait. You said it's all about the what?
The U.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
All right. Don't worry about one thing, Lou. What you say? The space going up Monday, huh?
The space going up. Don't worry about that. The space is going up.
Be in the right condition to be in the space, but I'll be out there having a good time. So I believe, and it's MLK Day, so we will see y'all Wednesday, I believe. Just so y'all know. But Lou, man, you got anything else before we get up out of here?
No, I'm good. I just want to apologize to all the fans because I've been killing tone morning and nights. I do it early in the day in spaces and at night. So I just want to apologize to all the fans that wanted to see me do it again. I wasn't in the screaming kind of mood tonight. So I gave Tone the night off tonight. So,
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
You know what? I always forget that you have the control, you have the power to do those memes as well. I always forget that. My bad.
Hey, listen, man. All right, well, Lou, if that's it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, go you, man, before we get up out of here. It's all about the you, man. But Lou, get us up out of here, my brother.
Yeah, listen, man, we'll see y'all. Everybody be safe this weekend. Enjoy football. Enjoy the national championship game on Monday. Like Tony said, it's go IU. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see y'all Wednesday, man. For my brother, you know who I am. We see y'all Wednesday, 8-ish.
Y'all get ready for it.